Here we have a new 2025 Explorer conversion van. This one sits on a Chevy Express 2500 chassis. This one is the limited SE trim with a sport package. Burgundy on light tan leather interior. 9-passenger. And the powertrain consists of a 6.6 liter naturally aspirated V8 mated with an 8-speed automatic transmission. So this is probably my favorite setup here, the 9-passenger, the longer one. As we come to the front end here, we do get our halogen headlamps, the LED fog lights down below, and it's just, it's a boss, it really is. I love the black badging, the chrome strip there, the mesh grille, it just, it's really nice. As we come around to these wheels, these are gonna be 20-inch aluminum. Love the red brake calipers. And then to the door panel here, we get one touch down on the driver's side, regular power window on the other door. And then we do have our power mirror controls here. We do get blind spot monitors here, which is great. Those are in the side mirrors. And then we can unlock, lock the doors there. Storage, like the trim, full JBL sound system. And then we have our controls for the gauge cluster in the middle, headlamp controls, foot pedal parking brake, there's a release. There are your pedals, hood release. You get a manual tilt steering wheel. And here is the seat itself. And we're gonna get to the nitty gritty here in a minute, but just a great van. If you wanna disable the power running boards, do that. But there are the boards down below. Now I wanna give a huge thanks to the van man here in Conversion Van Land, Mike Castrucci Chevrolet here in Milford, Ohio, for allowing me to review this van today. I'll leave a link below in the description. But if you're looking to find the best price on one of these closer to home, really if you don't want to come all the way out to Ohio because they have the best prices, click that second link down below. It takes just a minute to fill out your information, and I'll make sure the local dealers are fighting to get to the best price on this or whatever new vehicle you might be interested in. There's a tow hitch there, dual exhaust, there's your spare. But a high top conversion, so let's see what's behind these doors. Pretty good amount of storage. And then my favorite thing to do, I always say this, but I mean, I have so many favorites when it comes to these vans, but I love being able to do this. So make sure the seat's all the way back. With a 9-passenger setup, you have to configure it a bit, but seat's all the way back, hit that down button. And this goes from a sofa to a lounger. And there you have it. So let me go ahead and get in here and take a little nap. Oh, that's not bad actually. If I had my pillow and stuff right, and if I had these seats scoot up a little bit, I'm 6'3" and I could probably be good in here. But illuminated bottle holders in the back, wireless charging pad here. There's a 12-volt down there. And then we do have a move, how do I say this? We have a sliding moonroof in the back here. There's a shade up there, but we can adjust that from the front. And then we have blinds throughout. Again, you have that same setup on the passenger side, so pretty nice there. But I'll have to test this out. I need to make like a separate short, seeing if I can actually fit in here comfortably, because that'd be pretty nice. But honestly, it'd be great for the kids. Probably not safe while you're driving down the road, but you know. Vacuum behind there. There's your jack. And then we do have the pockets and the blinds on both doors here. But before we get to the good stuff, I want to kind of do this in reverse. To the front passenger seat here. And I love the stitching, the Explorer logo there. It looks so nice. Storage up front. Up top there, vanity mirror. Lights throughout. And then while I'm over here, side pockets for storage. And then you can control the driver or front passenger seat. You can recline, pump the seat up, down, move it back, forward, up, down. It's pretty adjustable. And then you have the heat there and your memory function there. As we come back around to the front end, just a quick look in the engine bay. There's that 6.6 naturally aspirated V8. Before we hop on the driver's side, I just want to check out the blinkers. I don't think I've done this on a conversion van. I'm just curious. There's the back end. Well, look at this, that's nice. LED on the side. But now let's hop in the driver's seat real quick. So leather wrap steering wheel here feels nice. I really like the trim on this one. That is beautiful. There's the horn. Now over here to the radio, we do have the AM, FM. So I have that set up here. You have a drop down menu as well. You can see the battery voltage. If you want to mess with the sub level, you can do that. There's so much you can customize on this Alpine system. They did such a good job putting this in here. Backup cameras there. You have a rear camera mirror as well as a dash cam. So that's recording now, and I love having that. Rear parking sensors, you can see all that in the screen as well. And then Bluetooth audio, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto compatibility. Cool thing is you can see the tire pressure monitors here, battery voltage. And then you have the gauges, so you can see the low percentage, fuel, RPMs. And it's really nice to see that because you don't get that. You know, typically you have to go to like, there's a way you can get on the gauge cluster and it'll show you, but there it is, tachometer. But it's cool that you get like a traditional tachometer you can look at with the numbers. So I like having that. And then mic here. And again, it's just, there's so much you can do here. A lot of it doesn't let you do while it's running, but AC controls down below, traction control, and then you do have your OnStar lane keeping system. The forward collision alert, you can actually set that to 3 different levels or turn it off. And then 3-prong household plug-in. They converted this 12 volt to a USB-A port for charging, and then this one's still a traditional 12 volt. Bottle holders, storage, and then ice box here. I'm just gonna give a quick run through so we can get to the good stuff of the steering wheel, blinkers, and then your wipers, fluid there. And if you want the shifter, hit the brake, pull down, reverse, neutral, drive. You have that manual, and then you can use this to go through those 8 speeds. And then you have your first there. Cruise control, you can turn that on or off, cancel, set the speed, and then over here, you can go through track list, and then voice recognition, go through your audio sources, and then your volume controls are here. Key fob with remote start and the keys in the ignition. But let's get to what we've all been waiting for. Before I do that, actually, the volume controls are here on the radio, but there's actually a Bluetooth knob that's hooked up here, and you can use the steering wheel audio controls to do that as well, which is always really cool that that's been done for you. But I know what y'all want, so I'm gonna take it to it. There she is. Yeah, buddy. So 9-passenger setup here. So 4 seats, and then the 3 in the back, again, that converts to the sofa. I have the lights on here, and I'm just gonna hit this switch. I forgot to touch on these anyway. The rear AC controls up here, and then you have the fog lights, and then the lights there for the back. Let's see if I can get the roof back. I can't even hear it move. That's crazy. The roof is so quiet in the back, I can't hear it, but I just hit that. And let's just start back here. So there's the roof. Again, that does slide. It's not just fixed glass, so you can actually have that up. And if you want to have a bachelorette party, stick your head out like a limo. Wouldn't recommend that. I don't know why I just did that, but I'm living on the edge today. Headphones on the back of the seats. USB-A ports throughout. I mean, they're everywhere. I think it's 8. Is it 8 in the back? No, it's 4 in the back. And then you have the 2 wireless charging pads, but headphones, 4 sets of those. I feel like $1 million in this thing. And then again, you have the lights in the ceiling, the windows in the high top. And what would an Explorer conversion van be without a smart TV? So we have the smart TV we can hook up here and run that off a Wi-Fi hotspot. I use my phone, that's what it's hooked up to now, but you actually get one that's included with the vans now. So it runs on a charger, so you don't have to use your phone battery. And then look at that, it's a wireless charging pad up here too, with an illuminated bottle holder there. Your JBL sub is there. Then you can fold this down, and look, another set of headphones. But that's storage there. Now the back of the seats are very, very usable in terms of storage. So you have that top pocket, and then you can unzip these. And again, heated steering wheel with the memory seats on both sides. Wireless charging pad, Blu-ray player, and then this is set up. You can turn the TV speakers on or off if you're using the headphones or whatever. HDMI hookup, 12 volt, and 3-prong 175 watt max plug-in to plug up your Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo Switch, whatever, and you can play that thing on this TV. JBL surround sound system. There are speakers everywhere in this thing. And another huge plus from me, whenever I'm looking at a vehicle, I want to make sure I can put my car seats in here correctly. All 4 of these seats have the lower latch anchors, and then you also have the, if you look closely, the top tethers are like back there. So there's that one for the front, and then the back one right here. So you can kind of get a close up there. I know it's kind of dark, but that's something I always look at when I'm looking at vehicles like this, like RVs or whatever. It has to have the top tether for the car seat. So, but I mean, you know what it is. It's an Explorer conversion van. Bad boy is bad. 9-passenger. It's the boss setup here. It really is. You got blinds everywhere, wireless charging pads everywhere. And honestly, you can get this around 100 grand and have you a mobile office setup. Heck, I don't know, whatever you want. I mean, sky's the limit with these things, man. And they have the power with the 6.6 V8. And I love these so much. This is why I come all the way to Ohio to review these, because they're awesome conversions. Explorer does a great job. The van man here at Mike Castrucci, he does his thing, just getting the coolest specs, the coolest paint, and all of that there. But without further ado, let's go ahead and take this 2025 9-passenger Explorer conversion van out on the road for a test drive. So starting the test drive in this 9-passenger Explorer Chevy Express conversion van, I've driven a few of these that have the Vortec Max at 4.3 V6, and I like that one when it comes to fuel efficiency, but there's nothing like being behind the wheel of a Mac Daddy 6.6 V8, especially with this 9-passenger setup. It's so powerful. I love the sound, and it's actually pretty fun to drive. I'm gonna try and get a wider angle here, move this seat back. But this thing is just, it's a Mac Daddy. I drove a 7-passenger right before this one, and I actually like how this one maneuvers a bit better. It feels just a tad bigger. I don't know why, I just feel more attached to the road, but maybe it's just because of the more traditional feel here. The longer wheelbase, the, you know, high passenger seating for this kind of vehicle. I just really like how this one is configured. Now I want to give another huge thanks to Mike Castrucci Chevrolet, Sean the Van Man, for allowing me to review this vehicle today. I'll leave a link below in the description. But if you're looking to find the best price on one of these closer to home, and I mean, we pretty much have the best price here, but if you want to get something closer to home and you can find it, hit that second link down below. Even if you want to get in contact with the van man here, just hit that second link down below. It takes just a minute to fill out your information, and I'll make sure that the local dealers are fighting to get you the best price on this. Heck, whatever new vehicle you might be interested in. But I'm gonna make this turn. I'm gonna give it a pull. No one's behind me. Here we go. is that's nice, man. Nice rumble from this 6.6 gas engine. It's really powerful, but that sound, I love the sound you get pulling these things. They sound so aggressive. Now they ride pretty well on this platform, which I like. You have, again, seating for 7 in the back, and then if you include the front, you have 9 passengers. But it just takes everybody comfortably. You still have room if you want to put stuff behind that folding couch, you can. And it's just a really nice van if you want the cream of the crop, nicest thing you can get, specifically without going up to, you know, 200, 300,000 for a Sprinter or something like that. But I mean, Explorer does a great job at letting you ball on somewhat of a budget with this setup. Again, it's not cheap, but for what you get, it's a bargain. It really is. And honestly, it's so nice here. Again, some of the best prices you can get on these. Go on the conversionvanland.com site and you'll see what these sticker for, and then what the sale price is. The Van Man moves so many of these that literally he's pretty much a volume conversion van dealer. And you know, just great pricing on Fords, on GMs. So again, hit the link down below, but then also click that first link to check out their inventory, because it's always changing, because this guy sells to some of the biggest names. I mean, designers, baseball players, you name it. They all want one of these because they're just awesome to travel in. They're secure, they're fun, and just the ultimate boss conversion van. Now you can get, again, a $300,000-$400,000 Sprinter, but why do that when you can get a classic here? It's just so nostalgic. It's so much fun. It's so cool. And I always love reviewing these vans because Explorer always just takes it up a notch with each model year, just making sure that the coolest tech is in here, the best material for the seats, and everything that, you know, someone who can afford one of these would want. So with all that being said, this will bring me to the end of my review of this 2025 9-passenger Explorer conversion van.